Coach, a lot to parse through after that one. Syracuse, a team coming in, we knew they were going to bring a lot of pressure. They're better than their record suggested. How did you prepare for this team earlier on this week?
Well, we didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare. We had 2 days, but we were aware. We've played them enough to know what their style of play is, what their strengths and weaknesses are. But you know, even though we went through an extensive scout in the first 20 minutes, we didn't pay attention to it, and we were lethargic, slow. And they simply had more energy, and it made it turn into a couple of goals and put us on our heels a little bit. And you know, typical of this team is that in those situations we can respond. But as the season progresses and you find yourself in more important games, even still in the playoffs, you can't afford to do that. So those are lessons that we're still learning and hopefully growing from.
Yeah, going back to the first half, Tate did get one off the corner. That was late. It was about the 41st minute. How did that change your team talk after seeing the pressure that Syracuse was dealing you?
Well, the team talk at halftime was going to be the same either way. That just allowed us to get back in the game and not have such a mountain to climb. But it was the same talk of not only the mentality, but the tactics of it. And I thought once we got that right, we took over the game and started dominating big portions of it. And for them, they were relying simply on a counter, and there were only a few of those, I thought, after the first half that you know, were meaningful.
So it looked like you tightened things down at the half. Then Adam Ellison steps up to the penalty spot in the second half. He really made no mistake, ice water in his veins.
Yeah, he's good at it, and he has the ability to go a couple of different ways, which he showed tonight. So that makes him a very effective penalty kick taker. It doesn't matter. I think he's comfortable just hitting the back of the net on penalties.
Things did look like they were going to overtime. I talked to Jeffrey and or Adam, excuse me, about what's going through a player's mind as overtime looms. As a manager, what is going through your mind as changes? You know, it's the sudden victory nature of college overtime.
Yeah, I thought we were on the front foot at that point. I thought we had the better of the game. So going into overtime, we were talking about how to win it. And you know, at that point, hopefully putting enough pressure on them, creating enough opportunities. I thought we had a couple of good ones, just didn't convert it. And then, you know, towards the end, now you get a little bit more conservative in the second overtime and look to preserve at least a point out of it, which is against a team that's a 7 RPI team. A draw is a good result. Unfortunately, you know, I think if we started the game better, we could have gotten more out of it.
And I can tell you that tonight, North Carolina and Notre Dame both lost, so ACC is still up for grabs. Louisville can certainly go out and win it. Wake Forest, that match looms later next, or 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, we got to take care of our own, and that's it. We have Lipscomb coming up, which is an important game for us because it's non-conference, and RPI-wise, it's important to get that result. And then Clemson and Wake on the road, and both of those are going to be battles for sure.
Thank you, Coach.
Super.